We have a table for Bern, 1 round and 4 deals game, and we have 2 green belts here. I already have a brown belt, and the player to my left has brown belt as well. What I can see now, 2 pairs. Just 2 pairs, and something like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 in all suits, but I can't see enough dots. Yes, I need 2 or 3 dots to collect mixed triple chow. What else I can collect? Something like chicken hand or all types maybe. But for all types I don't have a dragon. I don't want to meld now, but no, not this. You can think about outside hand, yes? But for outside hand I have to drop good tiles like 5, 6. I'm not sure whether I want it. It's better to drop east now. And by the way, it can be mixed triple pung of ones, but I don't have another 1 cracks. Yes, I think about either mixed triple chow or... Okay, well... Maybe it will be just pungs. Just all pungs with double pung. I hope the player to my right will drop another 1 BAMs. By the way, all tiles, all mahjong tiles have their esoterical meaning, yes? Divination meaning, first of all. That's it. Maybe it will be all types, finally. All tiles have their meanings that are used in divination. For example, 1 BAMS is a peacock. Like you can remember Peacock Student, my first video player, yes? Or, for example, 6 dots is a peach tree, and peach as a fruit, of course. 8 BAMs is mushroom, linji, Chinese mushroom linji, as I remember. 5 dots in my discard is a dragon, real dragon, not those that are that are named as dragons by Americans, like green, white, and red. They are called arrows in Chinese. Sorry. And 5 dots is a dragon. 3 dots is a phoenix. 5 BAMs is a lotus. And you can find them all in internet. As I remember, Derek Walters, a well-known Feng Shui popularizer, he explored these divination meanings for some times. He even wrote about 2 books, 2 or maybe 3, 2 exactly, 2 at least books he wrote on divination by mahjong. Now, what I can see, I have 3 more pairs. I'd better drop green and maybe I'll drop white, because I don't see much perspectives for them. The opposite player may hold my cracks, by the way, my 6, and north is useless as well. As long as 2 norths were dropped, I can collect pung of norths. Nobody drops south so far. And where are my ones? My ones possibly are to the opposite. Ones cracks. Aha, that's great, fine. Maybe I'll just collect triple pung. I didn't take that one BAMs, but maybe someone will drop it soon. So the opposite player collects half flush in BAMs. In cracks, sorry. The opposite player collects half flush in cracks. The player to my right collects something in... I'm not sure, not exactly in cracks. She rather collects something in BAMs, but it looks more like some mixed chows with concealed hand, or maybe some expensive hand like 7 pairs. Maybe she dropped honors but finally decided to collect pairs. Sometimes it happens, yes, when you have some forms for chows and then pairs begin to come. And you just switch to collecting pairs instead of chows. Risky drop. Okay, the opposite player doesn't need 5 more anymore, but she may need 7. And I don't know where my south is. 7 is safe, okay. As long as 7 is safe, I'd better drop it now. And north looks like good tile for discarding as long as it's surely safe. It's the last one, isn't needed for anyone. So my ones cracks possibly to the opposite. I need to wait for either one. Okay. One BAMs and south. Anyway, I'll have a double pung. You see? What the player to my right tries to do. She wants to feed good cracks to the opposite player. To the player to her right, to my opposite. That's rather weird. Last white. Safe as well. And we'll see. Okay. That's curious. 1, 2, 3. She decided one is safe. The player to my right collected outside hand. She waited for 8. And the player to my left collected pungs. And all 8 cracks were occupied. Nobody wanted to drop them. The opposite player waited for 9 and 8. And you see, the opposite player dropped 1 cracks for me, but it was not necessary. It was a risky move because one's cracks weren't dropped. She could drop 4 cracks just because it had been dropped earlier, recently, yes, in the same third line of this card. That was just an obvious mistake of the opposite player. She could drop 4 cracks and avoid feeding into my hand and maybe even winning with 9. I don't remember who could drop 9, but looks like someone could feed her 9 cracks, or maybe it could be a draw. Just nobody feeds, nobody wins, nobody loses anything. Now, what I can think about, I have some upper tiles, but I have good pair of twos. Maybe it will be something, maybe it will be something like mixed triple chow, 7, 8, 9. Or it can be something like mixed shifted chows, 7, 8, 9 in dots, 6, 7, 8 in cracks, 5, 6, 7 in bams. So I don't want to take 8 bams from this card, but I'll take 5 bams from this card. If I take 5 bams from the wall, yes, it will be a rather mixed triple chow. Mm-hmm. 6, yes. And I'll drop just this one. The player to my left melded 3, 4, 5 and dropped 6. He wants something like mixed shifted chows, possibly, yes? He hardly wants all types, but maybe... No, not with green, not with white, not with red, of course. So then just chows to my left. And I need just 5 bams and something around to 3. Yes, that's it. And I need 5 bams, or I need 8 bams, the last 8 bams from the wall only. No, not this, and only from the wall, you see, because I'll have last tile 4 points, plus 2 more for all chows, that's 6. Mixed double chow 6, 7, 8 will be with taking 8. It's 7 point. No. And the last point will be just self-drawn. So I can't take it from this card. It will be just 7 points, not 8. If anyone drops 4th 8, the last 8, then I just skip it. 9. Maybe the player to my left already has something like 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. What does he want? He dropped 3s. He dropped 3s bams. Half flush. Half flush. Good hand. The player to my left wanted some chows. He had 5, 6, 7. He needed just 4, 5, 6 dots. He had 5, 6, 7 bams. And 4th set 7, 8, 9 bams. Okay, half flush. And now it looks more like all types now, you see? I can drop white. I can drop useless cracks. It may look like all, half flush. Half flush and cracks, but I don't think about it right now because I just have 2 forms in cracks for it. I'd better drop useless tiles now. Yes, that's my pun. So I have good wins. I hope they won't be dropped very soon. So I can hope for a pair of wins. I don't need very many of them, just a pair. And I don't have good dots. 4 is rather good, but it's isolated now. I need to take something from the wall for it. Either another 4 or something like 2, 3, 5, 6. Not 9, but I don't know, maybe another 9 will come. I don't want to drop either of these dots I have. I can drop 9, of course. I'd rather drop it than 4, but I don't know, maybe another 9 will come. And it would be unwise, not very wise to drop this 9 right now. The player to my right, you see, she doesn't drop bams. She took 1, 2, 3, but she drops dots and cracks. The opposite player drops sonas. The player to my left drops sonas as well. Great. Now, that's interesting, you see. If I take pung of souths, I'd better drop 4 and wait for 9. If you have to wait for some single tile, it's better to choose... Well, it's better to choose something like terminal tiles or close to terminals, near to terminals. Now I wait for the last 5 or one of two's dots. No, I don't want to wait for the last 5. Great. The player to my right wanted to collect mixed triple chow. She waited for 3 dots from me or from the wall. The opposite player collected all types. And the player to my left collected possibly reversible tiles. Didn't notice, but it looked like he had too few cracks, and he collected dots and bams, reversible dots and bams. Now, what's this? I think I can drop useless sonas. Useless, yes, because I'll hardly collect these big 3 wins with half flush in BAMs, for example. But I can think about pair of... Now it looks more like chicken hand or mixed shifted chows, or maybe mixed triple chow. They very often work together. Mixed shifted chows, mixed triple chow, like 4, 5, 6 mixed triple chow, or 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. But on the other hand, I can collect chicken hand. If I take, for example, 2 bams from the left and pung of 2 cracks, then I can wait for 7 dots. You see? What about the player to my left? He lost. He left the table. How's that? What a player can do such thing? Very bad of him. Okay, I don't recommend anyone to play with this player. No, sorry, he returned. Okay. Now, I'd better go for chicken hand. And you'll see how chicken hand is collected. Sorry that then this player just disconnected. Just lost his internet connection and now returned. No. 2, 3, 4. No. I'll have mixed double chow in this case. Yes. So I'd better take 1, 2, 3 cracks or pung of 2s. And if I'll have 2, 3, 4 mixed double chow, then it won't be a chicken hand. It will cost 1 point. Chicken hand must cost 0 points to give me 8. Or rather, if we're talking about minimum points, then you can see that one can create a game, a custom game of MCR with another limit. With another limit like 10 points or 12 points minimum. Yes, and very important that it will be accustomed to these points, so that, for example, chicken hand must cost this minimum. Yes, 3. No, I thought about pure shifted chows, but no, not likely, because 2 5s dropped. 3 4 5, 2 3 4 3 4 5, and 4 5 6 I'll need, but already 2 5s BAMs dropped. Not useful then. Aha. Okay, let's wait for 1. I need 1 cracks. I don't need 4 because it will be mixed double chow. I need just 1 and not the last one, of course. The player to my left collects. The player to my left collects some dots. But maybe it's something like outside hand. You see, he dropped 5, he dropped 7. Maybe he has my ones. And I can't take 1 cracks from the wall, of course, or it will be 1 point for self-drawn. Only from discard I need to take this 1. So, if I take a flower now from the wall, I just drop it. Because I don't need anything from the wall, and I can take something dangerous from the wall for replacement. Yes, outside hand, and he had my ones. But he just collected a cheap hand, and I remained in the first place. And the opposite player collected mixed shifted chows. She wanted east because it could bring her 2 points more, 6 for mixed double chows and 2 points more for prevalent wind. And also she could take 1 BAMs from the wall. 1 BAMs from the wall, sorry. She just fed this 1, you see? She dropped this 1 and gave it to the player to her right, but she could win. She just didn't count her points correctly. Now, this is another obvious mistake of this player, because she had exactly 8 points. Mixed shifted chows 6, pung of terminals 1s 7, and self-drawn 8. That's very important to count self-drawn in this case. So she just mistook. She was offered mahjong, of course, but she decided that it was a false offer. Yes, false mahjong, and she waited just for east, because east gave her sure mahjong. Yes, 2 points from discard or from the wall. She just couldn't count her points. She could win by herself from the wall. It could be 10 points, 8 minimum plus 2 flowers, and instead of losing 16 points, she had 49. Yes, minus 49. She could take 54 points and finish with plus 5. You see? She could get to the second place. Yes? Yes, she could get to the second place. I anyway remained at the first place, but she could win at least second. Now she's in the last place. And here we can see something like mixed shifted chows 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and she just needed 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, and something like 5 or 7 dots for her fourth set. Okay, she just was not lucky to take her 5 because 2 5s were dropped by her opposite player, by the player to my left, and 2 5s were in hands. That's it. Thanks all.